against Gerardo Franco from Cali, Colombia.
Punto 2-0.
Nice serve from Alvarez. And a side out for Franco. Gerardo Franco from Cali, Colombia. And Jose Daniel Alvarez from Cuenca, Ecuador.
0-2.
Tough shot there for Alvarez.
1-2.
And joining me on the mic today for this match is WRT player Anthony Herrera. Welcome, Anthony.
2-1.
Hey Laura, how you doing?
Pretty good. Getting into it here with our third quarterfinal match of the Cali Open. Score is 1-2.
Cambio.
Nice shot
These
there.
are two new players in the quarterfinals here.
2-1.
It's pretty exciting, even though I'm sure Bobby and I would be a little more excited to be in there. But it's always cool to see the WRT bringing up the new crop of players.
Punto.
Yeah, and get some representation here from our local players from Ecuador and Colombia. And Anthony, you played Alvarez last night. Any thoughts on what we can expect to see here from him today?
He's a tough player. I actually had to
1-3.
play him in doubles and singles, and he definitely, like all the Ecuadorians, they leave their heart out on the court. So that means that they're going to be getting to a lot of balls and continually putting pressure on their opponents. Also,
2-3.
being the lefty and being kind of a doubles expert, he's got really quick hands up there. So you think you might have it past him, and then all of a sudden he's able to do a good shot.
Yeah, I'm curious how that plays with the mentality when you're playing against someone who's lefty. You're kind of switching. I mean, their strengths are maybe a little different.
You know, I typically go into a match against a lefty and try not to switch my game up too much. Even the serves, still I put it over to the backhand a little bit more, but still be able to hit both sides and keep a good run. Game plan.
Cambio. Dos, tres.
Looks like they'll get a replay.
Dos, tres.
Scores 2-3. Franco has it all tied up here in game 1 against Alvarez. And Gerardo Franco is one of the younger players here at the event this
4-3.
weekend. I believe he's 17 years old.
Yeah, he just played his national tournament in Mexico last week to make the national team, and he
Cambio.
ended up coming in second. Lost to Christian Lagoria in the finals.
Another WRT player.
So he's playing
3-4.
both the junior ranks and now trying to step it up onto the professional tour.
That's what we like to see here on the WRT.
Trying to hit through him there.
3-4.
You'll see that a lot, possibly with the less experienced players out there.
4-3.
Zurdo, Alvarez had the whole left side of the court, but he elected to go for the harder shot. Sometimes just playing high percentage racquetball is the best thing you can do out there instead of trying to trick the player into thinking that they're going to do something that they're not.
5-3.
Some big swings there from Franco.
Punto.
And that's going to earn him the
6-3.
point.
6 serving 3.
6-3. Punto. 7-3. Tiempo.
Looks like Alvarez is going to take a quick timeout here. We're back in our third quarterfinal match between Gerardo Franco, serving there in the blue, and Jose Daniel Alvarez, who is also known as Zurdo, so we might call him that a little bit. Zurdo?
Zurdo. A little bit of like your English Spanish you have going on
Yeah,
there.
right. Skip from Franco.
4-8.
One thing that you see these guys do maybe better than some of the top guys is use their timeouts. They don't let their opponent get too far ahead before they're taking a timeout and getting off the court and regrouping. As you notice, Jake, he's a little stubborn when he gets on that court, tries to just use his experience and skill to push himself forward.
Yeah, and we're battling the elements here in Cali, Colombia. It is quite warm, a lot of humidity. These guys got to work hard to stay hydrated all weekend long here in Cali, Colombia.
8-5. Ref calls the avoidable hinder there. Probably not my call if I was reffing that match, but it's pretty subjective.
Our ref today is Mario Mercado. Nice serve there for Alvarez. Alvarez with a couple points in a row. finding some rhythm.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. We're gonna see someone new in the semifinal tonight against the winner of the next match between Polo and Andre Perea.
We do have our first semifinal set. It will be Bredenbeck versus Cardona at 6 p.m. And the winner of this match will continue on to the semifinals at 7 p.m.
Very
Nice
smooth
shot.
player,
Yeah.
Franco out there. I really like his game style.
Especially for being such a young player. I feel like that's something we've seen from some of the younger players on the tour. They just play with no fear.
Yeah, he's very smart. He's very mature for his age,
9-7.
that's for sure. It's probably due to the fact he's out there in San Luis Potosí, Mexico, and there's a lot of great talent that has come out of there, and that he trains with. You know, he trains with Christian Longoria, Lalo, and then with the trainer Fabian Faria. So they got a good group to do some sparring with out there. Barely missed that one. Would have been a nice continuance of that rally if he would have made it.
Side out for Alvarez. Franco there with a
Cambio,
run of
7-10.
points in a row. See if Alvarez can turn it around. All right, there's a point.
Franco thought the ball had broke because he saw something fly up, and I think it was actually a wasp. It was a black.
Yeah, there are
black
some
piece.
serious bug life here
Yeah.
at the courts.
It's an interesting facility. It's an indoor-outdoor facility. Obviously playing indoor racquetball, but the courts are just kind of in an open space, outdoor.
That's what adds to some of the glare against the side glass wall. It is sunny. It's almost 1 p.m. here in Cali.
8-10. Oh my
Wow.
gosh. What a great get.
Great hustle there by Franco.
10-8.
a point like that really helps a player get into a rhythm. You know what I mean? It's they might have been down a little bit, and then they have a great rally like that.
11-8.
Gain some confidence and momentum.
Exactly.
Ref's gonna call it good.
I believe that tied. Is it tied up? 12-8. No, he already had taken the lead. Oh, sorry. I had my scores mixed up. 12-8. 12-8. That's a smash right there by Zurdo.
La bola, cambio. 8-12.
Let's see if Alvarez can capitalize here, score some points. Down by 4 in game 1. So Anthony, what do you
9-12.
think Zurdo needs to do to come back and tie it up here against Franco, who's moving really well, playing with no fear?
You
What
know,
are maybe some weaknesses he could capitalize
the
on?
key to try and come back is don't focus on comeback.
One point at a time.
Just one at a time. Obviously, your opponent is kind of in the groove, and you need to just settle down and make sure you don't do anything crazy. Just you need to score a point, so you got to break that tempo. So you don't need to think about, man, I need 5 points in a row. It's just that very next point, and you know, just that 1 point could break the tempo, and then you're back in the service box. Alvarez just leaving too much in the middle.
13-9. Cambio. 9-13.
9-13, Zurdo's going to take a timeout.
Tiempo.
It's always interesting to me when servers take a timeout when they're in the service box. We don't see that too often, but let's go ahead and take a break as well. Stick around. We'll be right back. And we're back in game 1 of our quarterfinal match here between Jose Daniel Alvarez, who is serving and down by 3, against Gerardo Franco from San Luis Potosi. I'm Laura McCormick with the WRT, and joining me for this match is Anthony Herrera. It's like Alvarez is ready to get back out there. I was saying before the break, it is interesting to see players take a timeout when they're in the service backs. We don't see that too often. I noticed last weekend Cliff Swain would do that a lot. And he would kind of wait until the last second, too. I know part of his strategy sometimes is to slow down the momentum, so.
Yeah, it's all about strategy. I say if you've gotten in the box a couple of times and you aren't scoring points, then the next time you can get in, you know, it might be a good time to take that time out and just refocus on your serve, maybe figure out something that might work. What kills me though sometimes is when a player gets the momentum and then they go into the service box and they take a timeout. It's just like, what are you thinking?
Strategy that doesn't work for you.
No, not for me.
Piso.
One of the longer rallies here, and unfortunate for Franco, skipping it there.
11-13. Cambio.
Alvarez just a little too fast right there. He didn't take his
13-11.
time. Had Franco pinned in the back court, but missed the shot.
Cambio.
Now the players have been talking about how the courts are faster. Do you have any thoughts on that?
They're definitely
11-13.
very fast.
And what makes it faster? Is it, like, what elements come into play for that?
Well, there's a whole bunch of different things that can affect the speed of the ball.
Punto. 12-13.
The two big ones are the type of walling that is out there. So these are concrete walls, and then the way that they are. Some concrete walls are solid concrete. Some are cinder blocks with the plaster over it. And then the next big factor is the altitude.
Cambio.
I remember when I went to La Paz, Bolivia, they have the highest courts in the world, and I was just like stunned by even a C
13-12.
player how fast they were hitting. It took a little bit to get adjusted to.
Skip.
Cambio.
Alvarez looking strong and confident right now as he wins that long rally.
Doce 13.
12-13, he's sort
Trailing
of those
by
trying to
one.
come back, huh?
See if they can tie it up right here.
There it
That's
is.
exactly
tied
what
up.
he can do. Ties it up 13-13. And this is game one of our third quarterfinal here today. Coming up right after this, we have Polo
13-13.
Gutierrez versus Andre Parilla.
Punto.
Nice serve there from Alvarez, an ace to
Yeah,
make
he
it game
was able
point.
to catch it right down that line.
Tiempo.
Looks like Franco wants to break up the momentum here as Zurdo is on a roll. We'll be right back. And we're back in game one as Alvarez now in a position to close out the first game. Very close first game, 14 serving 13. We've seen a great effort here from Franco and Zurdo coming from behind a little bit here in this first game. Let's see if he can close it out.
Nope. Not on the first serve anyways.
One more opportunity. Switching up the serve. The high balls in a row.
Oh man.
And that means Zurdo's going to take game one, 15-13. We'll be right back with more racquetball. We have game two coming up next. And we're back live in our third quarterfinal match of the day between Jose Daniel Alvarez and Gerardo Franco. Alvarez taking game one, 15-13 in a very close battle at the Cali Open. I'm Laura McCormick with the WRT, and joining me for this match is Anthony Herrera.
Hi, Laura.
Hi, Anthony. All right, Franco will start off serving. See if he can come back in game two. All right, looks like they will get a replay.
Yeah, Alvarez wants the cheap point right there, but I'm glad the ref didn't give it to him.
Punto.
And the first point for Franco.
No, segundo saque. 1-0.
Getting a little jammed up there in the middle.
Punto. Dos cero.
So far, Franco coming out strong in game two. We saw this in game one, and then Zurdo fighting to come back and win game one.
You can take it from me, we're going breaker.
Yeah, that's your prediction?
Yeah, I think that we're going to go to breaker.
And who do you think will win the breaker?
Yeah, one of the better players is going to probably win the breaker.
Oh, that's an outstanding observation.
Yeah.
Cambio. 3-0. Punto.
Nice effort there from Alvarez, but that's another point for Franco.
4-0. Cambio. 0-4. Cambio. 4-0.
Alvarez off to a bit of a rocky start here in game 2.
No. Punto.
Just looking for that side out. So far,
5-0.
Franco 5-0.
Nice shot by Franco. That's what you want to see, is right down that line. I always told
6-0.
people,
Tiempo.
people ask me what's the difference between a pro and an amateur, and I say, you know, a pro can get that ball inches, just like an inch away from that sidewall, and that's the big difference.
So we were talking a little bit earlier about Franco. He has a bit of an interesting story coming out of San Luis.
Yeah, actually with Gerardo Franco, he had an unfortunate accident I believe it was about 3 years ago. He was training in La Loma in his home state in San Luis, and he was going through the security door. He fell through it, and all the security glass actually fell and cut both of his arms pretty deeply, cutting tendons and the muscle. I know his left bicep, he cut it almost all the way. He lost 3 liters of blood at the time. They didn't think he would ever play racquetball again. And it's amazing to see him after all of that to be back here right now. I know that the Mexican Racquetball Federation is currently trying to put a drive together to help Franco and his family, because he actually needs another surgery. I was talking with him last night. I'm actually rooming with him, and I never realized it, because you kind of take a person for what they are, but he can't really grip the racket with his thumb. His pinky is pretty messed up on his left hand, and he needs to go in for more surgery to try and recorrect some of this stuff. So I know here at the WRT we're also putting together a fund for him to be able to help him
6-0.
get back into surgery and hopefully get him better. But even with all of that, it's still amazing he's even out on the court right now.
Yeah, I mean, training all the time and playing right now, hitting balls super hard, nothing stands in his way. But I think it's a wonderful thing that the Mexican Racquetball Federation is putting together some help for him and his family, and us here at the WRT as well. For those of you looking for information, you could hit us up on Facebook if you have any questions, or look for the Mexican Racquetball Federation and find out who you can donate. All right, it looks like Alvarez looking to take some control here in game 2.
Cambio.
Yeah. Franco just staying dominant right now.
6-0.
Lost it there right in the corner. A tough rally for Franco and Alvarez, giving Alvarez a side out. He needs to capitalize here while serving. That's got to be one of the frustrating things. You can side out, but you can't score. Let's see what he can do.
I was trying the beginning of a game to figure out a serve that when I'm in that situation where I'm just not able to score a point, where I can pull it out of my pocket and make sure I score. Sometimes it only takes 1 point for you to get on the roll.
Cambio.
So
6-0. Oh, corto.
Franco definitely moving all over the
Cambio.
court. Alvarez keeps
0-6.
him moving, but he's getting to a lot of those balls. Unfortunately, not that one, which will give Alvarez another chance here.
Cambio.
Franco's backhand is pretty strong right now. I think I might be trying to go towards his forehand,
6-0.
test that out a little bit. It's really hard as a player and to realize those things and see those tendencies and then be able to make those adjustments.
Punto.
Honestly, the one who makes more of those adjustments and is successful with them is the player that usually
7-0.
wins.
Punto.
Incredible how different game one can be from game two. These two were neck and neck all game one. And now
8-0.
Franco dominating here in game two.
Punto. Nueve cero. Punto.
Just too many mistakes by Cerdo right there. Yeah, he's going to
10-0, tiempo.
That's a good call for him.
We're going to go ahead and take a quick break, but keep it right here with the WRT. And we're back in game two of our third quarterfinal match at the Cali Open. Gerardo Franco is leading in game two, 10 serving 0, I believe, is the score. Very different game two than we saw from both players in game one, which was much more neck and
10-0.
neck. Zurdo taking game one 15-13. If Franco can keep playing the way he is and close out game two, then we're going to go to breaker. And Anthony Herrera is joining me on the microphone with the incredible observation that the better player will win in the tiebreaker.
Yeah. I really like that Mario's not giving them those calls. It's a contact sport. It's very close. Sometimes you just got to take the shot. You can't just be given the shot, given the point for free.
Our referee is Mario Mercado. Franco's still talking about some of that physicality.
They're complaining, asking for a court hinder there, saying that it popped off the glass funny.
We'll get a replay.
0-10. Punto.
Nice shot from Alvarez.
Uno 10. Punto.
All right, there's just what Alvarez needs. Point.
2-10. Oh,
I think we're seeing a lot more unforced errors here from Alvarez in
2-10.
game 2, and it's making a big difference in the score.
For sure, when you have the pressure of being down that much, you try and force it a little bit more.
There's Alvarez looking comfortable right
Cambio.
from the center court.
2-10. Cambio. 10-2. Dos 10.
Too many unforced errors right now, from both players. They gotta both kind of just settle down and start making smart shots.
Yeah, they're kind of stuck at 2 serving 10.
Dos 10. Punto. 10-2.
That's gonna be a
Punto.
point. Nice serve. Perfect. Didn't come off the back wall.
11-2. Oh, corto. Punto.
There he gets off of 10.
There's some movement on the boards. Franco motivating himself out there. It's got to be tough. I know it's super hot, and this is game 2 now. These guys are starting to feel the heat, feel some fatigue. They're holding on and getting the points moving on the boards.
Punto.
Nice
Wow.
placement.
Maybe the longest rally in game 2 so far. Those long rallies got to be tiring. Looks like,
Sure enough.
looks
Tiempo.
like Alvarez is going to take a timeout. If he can rehydrate, got to stay hydrated out there. Keep it right here. We'll be right back. And we're back in game 2 of our quarterfinal between Gerardo Franco and Jose Daniel Alvarez. Things are heating up out there as Franco seems to be dominating in game 2. Some long rallies between the two players, but it's really coming down to who's making less errors in game 2.
Yeah, you'll see errors start increasing. It's very hot. It's very humid out there. They're losing a lot of body sweat, a lot of body water. seen players all weekend getting taking the toll of the heat. Bobby Horn last night actually losing to Franco. He was feeling great all the way through the first game, and then he just hit a wall. So, you know, the most, I wouldn't say it was lack of conditioning. I would say it's just how well they take care of their bodies and make sure that they get their fluids.
Yeah, it's just another element. I was talking with Sebastian Franco about that in the previous match. It's just one of the first times so far in 2015 that we've played in the heat and conditions like this. So
Cambio.
just one more element to keep in consideration.
For sure.
13-2.
What a dominant performance here by Franco, though.
Absolutely.
Just
Punto.
he's silky smooth right now.
This is game point for Franco. If he can close out, we're going to breaker.
There it is, game 2.
That means we're going to tiebreaker. Gerardo Franco winning game 2, 15-2. Keep it right here. We have game 3 where the players will play to 11, so don't go anywhere. And we're back for the tiebreaker at the Cali Open between Jose Daniel Alvarez and Gerardo Franco. This is our second quarterfinal match to go to tiebreaker. Previously, we saw Bredenbeck versus another Ecuadorian, Jose Daniel Ugalde. The winner of this match will continue on tonight to play in the semifinals at 7 p.m. against our final quarterfinalist, which is happening directly after this with Polo Gutierrez and Andre Parilla. So stick around, there's more racquetball to come, but first, let's find out who's going to move on to the semifinals. I'm Laura McCormick with the WRT, and joining me on the mic is Anthony Herrera. Who do you think, Anthony, is going to win? We've seen now game 1 and game 2.
0-0.
You can't say the best player is going to win.
I would say the smart Anthony Herrera, because I did say we were going tiebreaker.
You did call tiebreaker. I don't know if that makes it smart, but
yeah.
Ever so knowledgeable in racquetball, Anthony Herrera.
I think that the first couple of points is going to determine the match right here. If Franco is able to continue his run, I don't think that Alvarez will be able to come back. But if they start going at it, I would almost give Alvarez the edge to winning. So within the first 5 points, I think that we'll be able to tell.
And another replay.
0-0.
Oh, nice get from Alvarez.
Punto.
Tough rally there, but that's going to be the first
1-0
point for Franco.
Cambio.
Remember, this is game 3, so we play to
0-1.
11, the first to 11.
Oh, wow. Alvarez doesn't complain, so I guess it was. From here, it looked pretty close.
All right, and the first point for Alvarez. That means we're all tied up here in game 3, 1-1.
Uno, uno. Corto, corto. No. Punto.
Oh, nice setup there for Zurdo.
Dos, uno.
Looks like Alvarez looking for a court hinder. Our ref Mario Mercado didn't see it.
Uno sirve dos.
Side out for Franco.
Piso.
To 11 points, you just can't do that. Can't make mistakes.
Dos, dos. Piso. Punto.
Couple quick points there for Franco.
Tres, dos.
All right, and side out for Alvarez, keeping
Cambio.
it competitive here in game 3.
Dos, tres.
Ooh. Tricky bounce there off the back wall.
Cambio. Tres, dos. Punto.
Franco on a bit
Cuatro,
of a
dos.
roll right now. See if Alvarez can slow him down here.
Punto.
I see a timeout coming.
Yeah,
Pretty
I'm
soon.
feeling like it would be a good time to call one.
Cinco, dos.
Player hits that 6 mark in the tiebreaker. Especially when they're yelling and feeling it right now, and there it comes.
Tiempo.
Yep.
Seis,
Franco
dos.
with a couple points, and Zurdo's going to try to slow him down right here. Keep it right here. We'll be right back. And we're back live in game 3. Gerardo Franco
6-2.
on a bit of a roll right now, up by 4 points. Alvarez calling the timeout. Let's see if it can work to his advantage.
Cambio.
Nice flat shot there by Alvarez.
There's the side out he's looking for. Here's his opportunity to answer back and catch up. After winning game 1, he needs to win game 3 to move on to the semifinals.
Nice flat shot there by Franco. One thing
Yep.
that I love about Zurdo and the Ecuadorian team is they show so much support for each other. They travel as a pact almost. You always see them at each other's matches, giving advice, helping each other out.
Great team spirit in this individual sport.
Cambio.
Soft hands there from Zurdo.
Hit the hour and 10-minute mark on this match.
No.
All right, nice serve from Alvarez. Let's see if
Punto.
this can get him some more momentum.
3-6.
1 point at a time. Ref's calling it short. There'll be a second serve.
Cambio.
Now, whichever player moves on will be making their
6-3.
first appearance in a semifinal at a WRT event, so that's exciting. And they will be playing tonight at 7 p.m.
Punto. Siete, 3. Cambio.
What a return there.
Yeah, Franco got jammed up on that wall, but able to keep his composure and put it right on that left corner.
For those of you watching at home, don't forget you can follow along with the action all weekend on Facebook and Twitter at World Arball Tour. An error there from Alvarez, giving Franco another point. He's closing in here at the end of game 3. He continues on this path.
8-3. Punto.
Just out of reach.
Nueve,
9-3.
No. Corto.
Franco just a couple points away from making it to his first semifinal. It's pretty exciting.
Punto.
There he has a match point.
Yeah, this means it's match point for Gerardo Franco.
10-3. 10-3.
10 serving 3 in game 3.
Cambio.
Nice
There's
shot
this
by
hide
Alvarez.
out there for Alvarez. Let's see if he can hold on and make something happen.
I just love this point of the game
Tiempo,
where
3-10.
you have your nerves going, don't know what kind of shots, what to expect, but it's pretty fun right now.
These guys are going to catch their breath here for just a moment. We'll be right back. And we're back live in game 3 of our quarterfinal between Gerardo Franco, who is in a match point situation against Jose Daniel Alvarez. Be interesting to see what can come here. Alvarez is going to step into
3-10.
the service box, see if he can hold off Franco and make a comeback. Either player who moves on here today will be making their first semifinal appearance at the WRT. Very exciting for both players.
Cambio.
Big
Franco's
side
playing
out.
tough right now.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to come
10-3.
back from 3-10 to beat him.
He's one of the younger players here. He's playing very well here this weekend.
Cambio.
But that's a tough shot right there by Alvarez. That's what I'm talking about. That's what's so much fun. Your level of play increases.
Cambio. Diez, tres.
Oh, almost
wow.
had it.
And that means Gerardo Franco is moving on to the semifinals. What a great match by both players, our second tiebreaker of the day. This means Gerardo Franco will play the winner of our next quarterfinal coming up right after this between Polo Gutierrez and Andre Perea.